maximizing your time there. You will have a lot of FOMO like when you are in business school. Do not let that FOMO drive you to do 50 different things. Like, you cannot be part of like the climate change club and the private equity club and entrepreneurship and luxury goods all at the same time. Like, yes, you can be a part of those clubs, but you are not really going to get the most out of your time there. Like, kind of know what you're trying to do. Like, the people who I feel like were the happiest with their experience were like, okay, I'm going in here to learn about these three things. Like, I want to learn about climate change, like, the future of mobility, and like smart cities. And like, that is what they focused on. And they like went to every event related to that and like, really doubled down on that. For me, like the sports part is like a big part of like my life in general. So I was like, I just want to be involved with all the sports stuff and take all the sports classes. And that's part of what I did. And then the other part of it was really the entrepreneurship piece. And so like, if I think about like my focus in business school, I really had two things, and I still felt like I was overextended because you still have the social aspect that you have to remember. Oh, and you are sitting in class. Even if you're like, okay, I'm not as much prioritizing academics, like you are still sitting in class for a long time every day. And so don't underestimate that. And so, yeah, so in terms of getting the most out of that, like make sure you know what you want. Like people who are just everywhere, like come out of business school still very confused. And then in terms of what I've gotten out of it, I would say like, all the startup classes are awesome. If you can take them, like take them. I think like the professors you meet are really cool. Like they're all like top of their field, etc., and like have super interesting insights. And I would say like honestly, like I feel like I just had a lot of reflection during that time. A lot of my second year was taking classes like Lives of Consequence, like Art of Self-Coaching, really thinking about like, having that forced time, like a couple hours, like a week to like really think about like what do I want to do and what brings me joy, like is a huge difference. Cause like, you think you can do it while you're working, but like you're like, I'm really tired after this, like I'm gonna go to sleep, and like you don't do it. And so like having a lot of the structured like soft skills and like reflection, I think was actually a really big piece in my second year in business school.